Ashe.
Hello everyone, I'm back with another game of LoL. I'm going to be playing as Anivia this time because my friend SexyTsunami has hardly played LoL at all, so we're going to help him win his first win of the day bonus.
Runes, man, runes.
Now, looking at the other team lineup, I can say already that I'm not going to be liking it because Master Yi is a pretty hard counter to Anivia. The best I can do against him is hope to burst him down fast enough before he kills me. And then there's Veigar, who's got his Event Horizon, which stuns forever. And also does a massive amount of damage to spellcasters like me, so gotta watch out for him as well. And then there's Tryndamere. Obviously, he slows you and tries to rape you while he's invincible. Heimerdinger is not too much of a threat. Mundo, probably. He needs some farm to become really threatening, but he's probably going to be serving as the team tank, so we'll see how things go out from here. One of the things that I am actually not too sure about in this game is whether to spec versus DPSers or whether to spec versus magic casters. There's plenty of both in this one. And they are also not very friendly to Ashe, our carry. So we have to see how it goes as the game progresses, as things evolve. I'm going to speed 2x speed through some of the more boring parts, even though there's some communication that I think is worth hearing. I don't know. It depends on your guys' preference. As the usual, we camp at Golem to make sure that they aren't pulling funny things on us, although since our friend has CV'd the enemy fountain earlier, we can be sure that they don't actually have any wards on them, so it's a low threat level, but still, better safe than sorry. Crazy shit has happened before in the past. Saw Mundo go into bottom. He might actually be bottom, though I'm not sure who's going to be top or mid at this point.
Check.
Where should I check first?
Actually, more like I don't know who's going to be top.
You're good.
No, for Yi.
Oh.
Waiting for mid golem to spawn. There we go. Flash Frost. Let my friend get some extra hits in without any retaliation. Meantime, I take some hits and some mana loss, but that's the price I pay, and I can pretty much regen it back by the time I get well into the laning phase. So it seems that my opponent is Mundo, and he's got a regrowth pendant, if I'm not mistaken. Now, in the past, regrowth pendant Mundos tend to be some trouble for Anivia. Mostly in the fact that if they're smart enough to dodge my Flash Frost, then they can become quite a nuisance, and he can farm all day with his cleavers of spammage. Also, cleavers of annoyance. Cleavers tend to be one of the harder things to dodge in this game, because they fly really fast, and he throws them really often. Last hitting all those minions he is with those cleavers. What a butt munch, spamming cleavers. Anyways, gonna be last hitting a couple of minions. Gonna test some Flash Frost shots at him soon. I actually do a lot better in 1v1 situations when I'm trying to kill people, so here's to hoping that things go well. Notice that in the loading screen they had excessive amounts of ping, so their reaction times might not be so great.
Okay.
Now that first Flash Frost, it was more or less inconclusive, because part of the goals of spamming Flash Frost in the lane is to, one, make sure that your tower doesn't get overwhelmed by minions, which is what I used it for, and two, you want to see the reaction of your opponents. He didn't seem to mind going near it the first time, so I decided to do it the second time, and obviously he ate over half of his HP in damage. That's quite powerful. Anivia has a powerful early game if you let her. Which just goes to show, if you're up against Anivia, dodge that Flash Frost. Period. Doing more last hitting. Doing more camping. Because they have a Master Yi jungling this time, unlike last game. So if he comes to gank me, which is very unlikely at this phase, then
I stole his red, so
Nice.
I don't think
it's going to possibly hurt, but they stole his red buff, so I'm not too worried. I can afford to go out a little bit. Tango with that Mundo. Being a butt munch from his cleaver spammage. Now, do note that auto-attacking Mundo is a fairly risky business because auto-attacks do trigger calls for help from your minions. If you can, try to target them with single target spells or other abilities instead. Those do not trigger calls for minion help. Oh, Mundo, come here! No. Probably not going to do that. Master Yi might be nearby, and I'm pretty sure he's already called for help from Master Yi.
Cool.
Because he was low earlier. At this point, I would normally recall, but I'm pretty close to level 6. I want that level 6. Plus, it doesn't hurt to get some money. If I can get that. I don't know. Push the tower as long as Master Yi's not here. Nope. Master Yi's up here. Level 4 with blue buff. And I get my Glacial Storm. Time to recall.
Awesome. Thanks.
Normally, one of the benefits of recalling when you have pushed all the way up to the enemy turret is to minimize the chance of you getting your ass ganked and, you know, you being shut down.
Understood.
But not likely in that case. But in future cases, that could be very well possible. Which is why I like to grab sight wards, because if I do actually get pushed up that far again, then I would want to be able to peg the tower for some damage without getting insta-gibbed or something from the river.
What do you think?
It highly depends on what champions you encounter in games and how aggro they are. Sometimes you have to plant the ward further down the river and to anticipate enemy champion ganks faster. Because sometimes, even if you do plant a ward in the river grass, you just don't have the time or speed to get out of there and get back to safety to your turret, especially in top lane. Some of you may have noticed that the turret on the blue side is much farther away from the river than the other 3 turrets. It's kind of a mystery to me why. My hypothesis has something to do with the positioning of Dragon and Baron. Either way, that's the reality of things. I'm sure Riot knows what they're doing.
Okay.
They have all the data and stuff, and they have all the designing skills. I don't. Yeah, so we're still chugging away at minions, farming them for money and stuff. I'm doing relatively okay in last hits this time. Unlike last time. Though I don't remember what my creep score is, now or then. Mundo keeps spamming those cleavers. Butt much. Gonna spam Flash Frost on you. And Frostbite. Now, the thing about Cleanse versus Glacial Storm, it's not very effective. And Cleanse only gets rid of debuffs once, and that's it. While Glacial Storm constantly applies damage and debuffs every 0.5 seconds. That's the tick duration. Planting a ward in the grass there while Mundo's not looking. I don't know if that was inconspicuous or not. Probably not. Don't know. But what they don't know, it helps you, so. It's a good habit to practice. There's Mundo there. Gonna Flash Frost him, do some damage, peg him. Yeah, and then go back into the grass. Make Mundo wonder, am I still there? Gonna induce a lot of fear in him. Oh no, bottom lane! They're having lots of issues down there. I hope they're okay. 3 people and mid's missing. Yeah, that could have a lot of issues. Don't know. Depends on the teamwork of this team. This is a 5-man premade, so do expect a lot more teamwork than last game. Going back from the tower, don't want to take too much. Oh, bottom's screwed.
Joe, push that shit.
Yeah, 4-man jumping there. Stuff is going to die when that happens. Sad, no one pegged Veigar for damage.
There's like a
They don't get any bonus for Veigar dying if he dies from minions and turrets alone.
nice.
But this is the early game. Things can happen mid
first
and
hit.
late. It's not the end of the world when that happens. Even though we're behind one turret, we might pull out well ahead in teamwork and champion kills and that and whatnot. Gonna go back to base, buy myself some catalyst. Still deciding on what boots to get. I'm still not sure. Ninja Tabbies is okay versus Master Yi and Tryndamere. Depends on how farmed they get. It's not so great versus Mundo, to be honest. Mercury Treads is the other option I'm considering, and so is Boots of Swiftness. Because, yeah, I love speed, and it lets me get away from their crap a lot faster, but don't know.
Going red.
Depends on how the game plays out, again.
Sure.
Heimerdinger shows up in the grass there, but in the game I failed to pay attention to that until he actually pops up out of the grass.
Yeah.
Need map awareness for your wards to work, or, you know,
Yeah. No.
waste up 75 gold. Yeah, Heimerdinger, he hangs around anyways. I'm gonna see how he fares against my mad lead skills of coolness.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, that was lame. But still, it would be nice if I could kill him. He's underleveled, and he took a lot of damage from my Frostbite and Glacial Storm combo. See, like that. That's just 2 combos there, and he's already hurting. He's probably going to go back or, you know, pop potions. Seems unlikely that he would hang around. Oh, but he does hang around. Gonna see if I can sneak up to him via the grass.
Oh, Ashe, you in
Oh. Go time. Dead.
Good job.
Can you arrow him? Can you arrow him?
Awesome. Master Yi is up Ashe's app. Oh, wow. Mutual death there.
Nice.
I used it to almost kill Veigar. He had the recall as well. If he wasn't there, I would have.
Still looking at Mundo there. Get him with another Flash Frost. He tries to cleanse out of that Glacial Storm, but at the rate he's wasting cleanses, I don't think he's going to be too much of a threat. And also looking at Heimerdinger, who actually has the best ping of the team. I don't know if this team's going to be all that threatening.
I think he did.
I just hope that my teammates don't end up feeding, like, SexyTsunami. He's actually the weakest member of our group.
Yeah, I think you did.
And he tends to be a little bit aggro.
I'm going back.
But it's okay this time because he's singed. He works very well singed.
That's funny. I used my arrow and then ghosted to run up to him from really far away. I don't know if that was.
So now, Lidor 7. This is actually his first or second time playing as Ashe. He's trying to do that ult plus screw them over combo, but it doesn't work anymore since they nerfed the duration. I don't think Pirate survives this one, even though he does a pretty gravy ult there. Kind of sad. It's too random. Mundo and Heimerdinger are back up here. I'm gonna peg him again. Guess what, Heimerdinger? Harassing only works if you can harass for more damage than I can harass. In this case, my counter harass does way more than your fair share of damage.
Nice.
And this is me without having any defense items too. So you better watch out.
Maybe.
I'm looking at you. I face check that grass just in case if that turret's still there, but it's not there. Which is cool. I have a potential escape route if I need it. Assuming no one comes from the river, of course. What I'm doing is dangerous. Going up towards their territory. I don't know why I'm just hanging around letting that turret fire all day.
He was.
Maybe because I didn't want to push too hard. Don't know. Don't remember.
Cool. That's
Yep, Mundo just disappears. Heimerdinger sticks around. Gonna see if I can get him with my patented ambush combo. Ambush! Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Owned. Tryndamere hanging around in the river like some spa. What?